The following is part of a series of essays that I have designed to answer some of the questions that I have either asked at some point in the past or that I have received recently online. It is not my intention to give my own point of view, for I truly do not wish anymore to actually hold and stand firm to any particular belief. My only intention is to produce a series of both written and audio discourses that others may benefit in some way. I have nothing to teach anyone. There is nothing to learn here. In fact, quite intentionally, one piece will contradict another. For many, there will be nothing new in what I have to say. I offer this work for those who ask the big existential questions, those who will inevitably find themselves seeking the answers to the timeless mysteries of our existence and the cosmos. A Discourse for Truth and Introspection by Xander Glasgow. Part 1. Is religion inevitable? Have you ever wondered why so many of us are drawn to belief in something larger than ourselves? A god, a higher power, or even just the mysteries of the universe? It's a question that goes right to the heart of what it means to be human. And as we dive into it today, I invite you to set aside what you think you know and approach this with fresh eyes, because there's something truly fascinating here. Let's start with what we know about the human mind. Our brains are wired to seek patterns, to make sense of the chaos around us. Think about it. When early humans heard rustling in the bushes, it was safer to assume that it was a predator than just the wind. That instinct to assign meaning, to see agency in the world, didn't just keep our ancestors alive. It's part of what led us to imagine gods and spirits behind the forces of nature. And while we may not be dodging lions in the savannah anymore, that same wiring keeps us searching for deeper meaning in our lives today. But it's not just about survival, it's about comfort. Life is full of big, scary questions. Why are we here? What happens when we die? Why do we suffer? Religion has been a way to answer those questions, to make the unbearable bearable. For so many, the idea that there's a divine plan, that there's a purpose to it all, brings a sense of peace in the face of uncertainty. And it's not just about the individual. Religion has been one of the most powerful tools for bringing people together. Shared beliefs, shared rituals, shared stories, these create bonds that hold communities together. In the earliest days of human history, this kind of social cohesion wasn't just nice to have, it was essential for survival. And even now, in a world that's more interconnected than ever, we still see how powerful shared values and traditions can be. But here's the thing. Religion isn't just a thing we choose to believe. It's something that's passed down. It's woven into the fabric of our cultures, shaping our laws, our art, our education, even our family lives. Whether we believe or not, we live in societies that have been deeply influenced by religious traditions. That's why, in so many ways, religion can feel inevitable. Because it's been with us for so long, it's part of how we see the world. Now, you might be thinking, but what about today? What about all the people who are stepping away from traditional religion? It's true. In many parts of the world, particularly in places like Sweden, Japan, and here in the industrialised West, more and more people identify as atheist or agnostic. Advances in science have given us natural explanations for phenomena we once attributed to the divine, and secular philosophies and humanist values now offer new ways to think about morality and purpose. Yet, even in the most secular societies, people are still seeking. They're meditating, practicing mindfulness, diving into spiritual but not religious philosophies. Why? Because the need for meaning, for connection, for something that lifts us beyond the ordinary, that need doesn't go away. It's part of what makes us human. So, while the specifics of religion might shift and change, the underlying impulse, the belief in something greater than ourselves, remains. And even as traditional belief fades in some places, religion's cultural impact lingers. Think about holidays, moral values, the stories we tell. These things don't disappear just because faith declines. They're part of the human story, and that story is still unfolding. Of course, whether we like it or not, religion is still very much alive and well around the world, particularly in places where life feels uncertain, where poverty, instability, or hardship are daily realities. In those contexts, religion often provides hope, community, and a framework for understanding life's challenges. For many, belief in God just isn't inevitable. It's necessary. So, could we ever live in a world without religion? Maybe. As education and technology continue to expand, it's possible that traditional religions could fade. But even in a world without religion, the human quest for meaning, for purpose, for connection would remain. Maybe we'd find it through philosophy or humanism, through awe at the wonder of science, or through new rituals and traditions we haven't even imagined yet. But here's the deeper truth. It's not really about whether religion is inevitable. It's about the impulse that drives us, the longing to understand, to connect, to find our place in the vastness of it all. Those impulses are as old as humanity itself, and, like it or lump it, they're not going anywhere. So, whether you find your answers in God, the universe, or the extraordinary potential of humanity, what if the real inevitability isn't religion, but a sense of wonder? What if it's our capacity to look up at the stars, or into the eyes of a stranger, and feel the spark of something greater? What if the only thing truly inevitable is our ability to dream and ask questions? That, to me, is the beauty of being human, and it's something worth celebrating, no matter what you believe.